Good afternoon, Namaskar, Vanakkam, Ni hao, Amitofo, to all of you, dear respected yoga teachers, dear students, dear spiritual friends around the world. Happy International Yoga Day. Today I invite you to not just to stretch your body, but we're going to stretch our awareness. We have to learn how to keep our awareness inward and awaken a deeper truth that lies within ourselves. Dear friends, International Yoga Day is one of an important event because yoga means Kevalya, Nirvana, Moksha. So these two words takes us to the last stop in our life. Yoga maintains our body, our mind, and keep all our bad karmas burned. So this awareness is so important for us to know that how to relieve from this samsara life. That is the purpose of the yoga. The Patanjali already gave us a wonderful GPS, a wonderful manual to go and to reach the last stop, which is moksha, which is nibbana, which is kevalya. We have to make use of that. So this is my intention for today's talk. And I'm really thank you so much to Yogashala and teacher Nandaji for having me here. Yoga began as a path of stillness and realization. The goal was never just health or flexibility, but liberation. Stillness is not just the absence. It's not just an absence of the noise surrounding us or within us. It is the presence of deep awareness. We know that everyone have the awareness. Everyone. Every sentient beings around the world has the awareness. But the problem is, we do not care. We do not care about awareness. Because only the awareness taking us to the next step, improvement, becoming wise. So most of the time, we do not care, or we just leave it. And whenever we want to be, whenever awareness is needed, we just make use of awareness. So I really wish we make use of yoga and do not misuse of yoga. What do I mean, misuse of yoga? We practice physical asana to keep our body fit and healthy. And what's next? So once our body, once our health, once our mind is healthy, and what's next? To keep on and enjoy the pleasurable things in this world and enjoy all the materialistic things? No, that is not yoga. That is not the purpose of yoga. To make use of yoga, we understand ourselves and we understand surrounding us. We understand ourselves much better. And we try to avoid all the unnecessary problem which the mind creates us. The mind is just like a director. You know the movie director? It's exactly a movie director. It will write the script. It will make the whole movie. We are just an actor. We are just an actor. Whatever mind says, we just do. Whatever mind says, we just do. So that is the problem. That is the problem. So we have to understand yoga is trying to saving us from samsaric life because it's keep on, our mind keep on making us staying in this world or different world. For example, heavenly world, or the earth, human world, or we call Ashura worlds, or we call the animal worlds, animal kingdoms, or the hell and ghost. So these are the worlds we keep on repeating ourselves, and we born again and again and again. This is what we call rebirth. So yoga try to save us from rebirth, from reborn again and again, but only in this earth, the human world, we can choose. We have the full license, we have a full rights to stay away from rebirth, which is moksha. So this is the main purpose of the yoga. So this is what I mean, that we have to use of yoga in the right way. So dear friends, Vipassanā meditation, Vipassana itself helps us so much. What Vipassana means? Vipassana is a the combination of two words. Vi means a special way, a special view. Passana means seeing properly, to see, or seeing clearly. So in a special way, we are seeing things clearly. Why we have to see in a special way? We can just see. Why we have to see in a special way? It means with awareness. We see many things, right? We have eyes, we can see everything. But whenever we see something, it attracted us and we like it, and our mind and our senses gets us into that. So we go into that, and then we will get into a deep trouble again and again, and then we born again and die again, born again, die again, born again, die again. It doesn't matter. We born in the heaven, or born as a human, born as an animal, or an insect, or the ashura, or as a ghost, or in the hell. It doesn't matter where we born again, but keep on repeating the same thing. when we have a special view, when we seeing things specially in a right way, in a right view, so we can escape from the problems. We always can escape from the problems. So when we see things, we think twice, we think twice. So thinking process is very important, and awareness is super important. So this is where Vipassana is helping us to see things clearly. This is a method taught by the Buddha. Buddha, he is a great yogi and he is a great meditator. And he was practicing yoga before he attained enlightenment, attained nibbana, or we call nirvana in Sanskrit. When he practiced yoga, he haven't reached the enlightenment yet. But when he at the Vipassana, when he focus with full awareness what is happening, he attained the enlightenment. So yoga and Vipassana goes together to reach our destination without problem and a quicker way, fast. The Buddha, he observed the truth of life as it is, So moment to moment, section by section, second by second, he just watch with mindfulness what he is doing, what he's seeing, what he's hearing, what our five senses feels, what we receive. See as it is without participating in it or with it. Just see. And this way, which is yoga and vipassana way, it will purify the mind and it will purify the body as well, and it will reach the highest state, what we call samādhi, the right concentration, deeper concentration. The Buddha, he taught us the three marks, which we call the universal truths, the universal truth of existence, which going to help us to improve our yoga practice. The first one is anicca. In Pali term, anicca is impermanence. Buddha says everything in this world are anicca, impermanent, everything. Whatever you can think of, our life, whatever we see, all the material things, or all the material things, what we see, everything, whatever you can touch, whatever you can feel, everything is impermanent. Time to time it is changing. And Buddha says nothing is last. Nothing is last long. So the most beauteous poses or the postures, even that pose, what I mean is yoga pose, what you can do when you are young or right now, in the future, we can't do the same pose. because it changes, the body changes, our organ changes, everything changes, our joint changes. And how we can feel it, how we can feel the impermanence through our breath, right away we can know, right away. When we breathe, maybe our breath will be short or long. It depends on our mind, or depends on when we walk. It depends. Our breath is always changing. So from the breath, we inhale and exhale, inhale and exhale. We can't only inhale, or we can't only exhale, because both of this inhale and exhale is very clearly explain the impermanence. When we were born, we inhale. When we die, we exhale. So this is how the life, starts, the journey of life starts. When we come, inhale, when we leave, exhale. So in between, we use the breath, we use this prana to live as a homework. The nature gives us homework to practice. And if we practice well, if we use this time properly, and we can avoid the rebirth. So this impermanency prana, which we are having right now, so we have to be very gratitude, because anytime this breath will be end. So anytime, so the impermanence, the impermanence always reminds us nothing is forever. Nothing is forever. So I am not forever. I cannot live forever. So I have to keep low profile. If someone think I will be staying forever, so everything is forever, so naturally we will have the egoistic mind. Egoistic mind will arise in us. So that is against the spiritual life. That is against yoga. So when we remove the ego, so enlightenment is possible. Enlightenment is possible. So impermanence, the concept of impermanence which Buddha gave, it's very practical knowledge, or very practical view for the yoga practitioner to practice. And the second one is dukkha. Dukkha means unsatisfactoriness, and unsatisfied. We're not satisfied. We are not happy. So whenever anything happens in our life, it doesn't matter any bad things. So we are always unhappy. We are always unhappy. We are always not in pleasure mode. So this unsatisfactoriness creates a lots of problem in us. Lots of problem. So whenever we have pleasure, whenever we are happy, but we know that it is not going to last long. So whenever it is not last long, so our unhappiness starts. The countdown starts whenever we have happiness. All right. So we know what is happiness. Everyone have the happiness. It's even small child, or a teenager life, or adult life, or elderly life. So we have different types of pleasure in our life. So all those pleasure will come to an end soon. So at that moment we will have dukkha. At that time we will have unhappiness. The pain. It's not pleasurable. So when we have this body, this body will create problem for us. So we will getting old, we will get sickness, and one day when time comes, we have to leave this body. So all these are problems. All these are problems, we're not satisfied with this because we want to have live long life. So whenever we cannot do a proper posture, so we feel unsatisfied, we feel pain. So whenever we do like advanced asana, advanced postures, so we feel pain. All the tendons, all the joints feel pain. And usually, people say is that, oh, I know, I can't bend. I can't bend because uh, it's thick. I can't move very much. My bone is hard. So many times, a new practitioner, always says that. So, so the pain starts whenever we practice. So that is dukkha as well. That is dukkha as well. So the Buddha says, so whenever the suffering comes, whenever the pain comes to us, so not to hold into it, not grab and clinging to it. So whenever you are attached to the suffering, it means you are already clinging. You are already hold it. So we have to learn, release them. Release them. You are not attached. We know that I will get old. We know that we are getting sick. We know that we are going to die one day. We know that now at this moment I can't do the advanced posture, but in the future I can do that. I will gradually will do that. So at that moment, at the present moment, when unpleasant thing comes to us, we learn how to not to attach to it, because even suffering is impermanence. Even suffering is impermanence, because suffering will finish, and then pleasure will come, and pleasure will finish, suffering will come, suffering will finish, and pleasure will come. This is how about our life. Until we complete our life, this is what's going to happen. So we have to learn how to not attach to the suffering. If you attach to suffering, you will have a lot of worry, a lot of fear, a lot of problems mentally. So this is very important concept which Buddha told us: suffering. The life is suffering. So we have to learn how to escape from suffering. If we do not put a lot of effort, if we don't spend a lot of time when we are healthy, so when we are getting old, we can't do anything, because when the old age comes, we are always waiting to die. Any old people, when time comes, we know that we don't have much energy, wait to die. So dukkha, we have to see it clearly, see it in a special way. Yes, there is dukkha. So what is my purpose of life? My purpose of life is to end the suffering and end the pleasure as well. So whenever we try to enjoy ourselves so much, as I said to you before, when pleasure comes, sufferings are waiting for you. When suffering comes, pleasures are waiting for you. So this is how it happens. The third one is anatta. Anatta means non-self, because this is the special view, the special word Buddha says, because there is no any fixed thing in this world, any fixed thing. As I said before, anicca, impermanence, everything is changing. Moment to moment, everything is changing. Then how could be there is any fixed thing? So which part of yourself you could say, that is me? That is me. Your head, your hand, your eyes, your nose, nothing. Your mind is moment to moment, is changing, is changing, it's changing. So when you feel that yes, this is me, this is me, then suffer comes to you. Yes, suffer comes to me, right? Because you already fix yourself. Yes, this is me, and then suffering is me. Suffering is me. And we know that we have learned before impermanence, everything is changing. So how could be there is me? Because all your part of this body, when times comes, it will be burnt and you will become an ash and you will be everywhere. Done, finish. This body is finished. And mind itself could not stay or could not stays in one place. Mind has to go, take all the good karmas and take all the bad karmas, whatever we have did in this life, it will take, and then it will goes to the next life. It will goes to the next life. So, dear friends, this concept, anatta, because nothing is fixed by itself, could not function by itself. For example, mind by itself could not function without the body. The body needs the mind, right? So both of this working together, everything in our body, none of the part could work independently. So this is what we call anatta, which is non-self, because nothing is fixed. Everything has everything is depend on each other. So ourself, whenever you have the sensation, the feelings, whenever you have thoughts, whenever you have any experience, and we understand that that is not mine, it is a temporary sensation, it is a temporary thoughts, it is a temporary experience, because we do not hold into it. So the more energy you hold into it, then we will suffer. Then suffering comes back. So whenever you just watch or observe it, because you try to not claim it, it is yours, right? We don't claim it is mine. When it appears, just comes, and all the sensation, it will goes by itself. We are just like a camera, CCTV camera, so whenever we record something, right, the machine, itself, it just records, it doesn't participate, it just watch, observe whatever we do. If you look at the camera, if you say nice word to the CCTV camera, it just watch you, record you. And if you say something bad words, bad actions, bad thoughts toward the CCTV camera, it just record you. It just records you, and it just doesn't participate with your feelings, with your thoughts, with your words, with your actions, right? It doesn't. So this is how the Buddha taught us to observe. Just observe. Whenever you do anything, whenever you do your physical exercise, or whenever you do asana, yoga asana, just do it. Listen to the teacher's instruction, just properly do it. Whenever you have pain, just talk to yourself. The pain is not yours because it is impermanent. It will come and it will go. You don't try to claim it. And just observe why you have pain. Maybe your posture is not right. Then you have to listen to the teacher, and then you have to adjust yourself, and then we remove the pain, right? So whenever we learn all this, whenever we learn how to remove the pain while we are practicing, this is how we have to learn how to remove the pain in our life. In our life. Because life is full of pain. If someone says life is happiness, the happiness is forever, cannot be a chance life will be happy forever, because the material things, what we call prakriti, all this materialistic thing will change. So happiness itself cannot be forever, until when we learn, fix our mind, when we practice the satisfaction. It's enough. So the satisfaction itself keeps us, or makes us remain the happiness a little longer. The satisfaction. So dear friends, this universal truth, you could apply anywhere, whenever you do anything, whenever you practice yoga, whenever you practice meditation, whenever you are having a good life, whenever you're having a bad life, bad time in your life, just think of these three things, which is anicca, dukkha, anatta. Anicca, dukkha, anatta. So impermanence, unsatisfactoriness, and non-self. Nothing is mine. So remember this. So whenever the practice comes, we learn theoretically. In theory and practical is totally different. So we learn and practice, apply whenever we have problems, whenever we enjoy anything. That is the moment we have to apply. We have to remind ourselves all the time. This is what we call a special view. And here, today, we will learn another important teachings of the Buddha, which is the Four Foundations of Mindfulness. Beautiful teachings, very beautiful teachings. Which is the first one? We call Kayanupassana. We know Kayanupassana means contemplation on the body. Concentrate on your body. Contemplate on the body. Observe the body. This is what Kayanupassana means. Kaya means the body. Anu means continuously. Pasana means observe. So we continuously observe the body. We observe the postures. Whenever you do any postures, sitting, walking, lying, sleeping, talking, whenever you do anything, you just observe your body. Especially for the yoga practitioner, this will be wonderful practice. Whenever you practice yoga, you just 100% be aware and not to participate, and just do the posture and observe it. Just observe. You may have different feelings, pain, pleasurable feelings or not pleasurable feelings, whatever unpleasant feelings you have, it doesn't matter. Just observe. Just observe. So, and observe the breath and observe the movement as well, how we move, the flow of movement, one to another asana. Just observe, just observe. This observation will builds your mindfulness, because mindfulness is the most important in yoga. Without mindfulness, we can't get the enlightenment. Without mindfulness, we can't get moksha, we can't get nirvana or nibbana or kevalya. It's impossible. So mindfulness, which is dharana, thus mindfulness will take us to the next level, which is what we call samādhi. Samādhi. So it's part by part, like dharana, dhyana, samādhi, right? So first we have to observe, and it will create and improves or builds your mind. And the next one is Vedanupassana. Vedanupassana. Vedanupassana means feelings, contemplation on your feelings. Observe your feelings. Completely observe your feeling. We have three kinds of feeling. Buddha says one is pleasant feeling, unpleasant feeling, and neutral feeling, which is there is no unpleasant or pleasant. That is also types of feeling. As I said, we just observe the feelings. Whenever we do anything and this feeling comes, we just observe. This observation will improve our mind. If you participate with the feeling, as I said to you, the mind is the director. It will write the script. Oh, now you have a pleasant feeling, and now you start to enjoy. And once you enjoy, you will try to hold it to keep for longer time. And then because of impermanent, everything is impermanent, you can't do it because it's a part of the nature, and we will get attached to the pleasure, and then we ended up in suffering. This is how it works. So Buddha says, a great yogi, Buddha is a great yogi, and Buddha says, do not participate the feeling and feel them, but without reaction. But without reaction, feel them. You should know, okay, this is pleasant feeling, or this is unpleasant feeling, or now I'm in neutral feeling. Know that, but without attachment or without any reaction. The third one is Chittanupassana. Chittanupassana. Chittanupassana means, Chitta means mind. So contemplation on mind. So try to know your state, which is you are sleepy, or you are restless, or you are having a full of concentration, your mind is concentrated mind, or you are in angry mode, whatever your status. What is your current status of your mind? Try to observe it. And remember, without reaction, without any reaction. If you participate, then we didn't follow the game of Vipassana. So there is a rules in Vipassana, which is observe, but without participating in it. We're just observer, the third person. And the last one, which is Dhammanupassana. Dhammanupassana means concentration or contemplate on Dhamma. Dhamma means phenomena, the natural things, what is happening, which is sees the arising and passing of thoughts, how the thoughts arise and how the thoughts pass away in your mind. Any thoughts. We see any hindrance, any problems, because of our karma or past karma, the bad karmas, the negative energy what we have created in the past life. So when it comes to us, maybe in this life also, which is in the past many years ago or many lives back, whatever we made, as I say to you, the camera just observe everything. Whatever you do good or when you do anything bad, it just records everything. It just records everything. But it doesn't participate. Exactly. The karma is like that. So whenever we do something with intentionally good thing or bad thing or a neutral thing, everything will be recorded in the universe. Everything is recorded. Until we clear everything, we have to be born again and again and again and again. There is no choice. There is no choice. Only way to escape is Nibbana. Only way, only way. So that is why yoga is so important. Why yoga is so important? Because of this. Because as I say to you, yoga means enlightenment. Yoga means nirvana. Yoga means kevalya. Yoga means moksha. Why I say is that? Because we know that a yoga, the term yoga means union, right? Union. Union what? You and what? Right? So when you are in ignorant, when you are in ignorant mode, we have to uh, union with wise, right? With wise. So whenever you have lots of problems, when you are unhappy, so we have to be union with happiness. So with the lower power, as having a lower power, we we connect to the higher power, the divine energy, the universal truth. We change ourselves. We change ourselves. We change everything from problem to not to have a problem, from problem to peace. So this is what yoga means. So that is why I said before, yoga means directly is nirvana, is nibbana. So this yoga day, it's very, very important for us to understand the ultimate goal of yoga. So Dhammanupassana, we see everything clearly because whatever we have done before, everything will comes back to us, comes back to us. So we just observe. For example, the trees is not created by human being, just like a sun and a moon, the earth, the air, the water, the fire, or the space. Human didn't create. Human can't create. So everything is related to the nature, related to nature. As a human being, we just observe. We are just observer, just observe. Even whenever you have the anger, not a pleasant thoughts comes to you because it is not created by you. Because of the past karma, it provoked you, it just comes naturally. So that is why, that is where we observe, we observe, we observe. We observe very much. So this four foundation for the mindfulness is very important. If we practice, if we understand Kaya-nupassana, which is contemplation on the body, Veda-nupassana, contemplation of feelings, Chitta-nupassana, contemplation of the mind, and Dhamma-nupassana, contemplation of the Dhamma. Dhamma means nature, natural thing. Dhamma means natural thing. We just watch, we just watch. So dear friends, we have learned very important part right now. And what is the next problem we will have during our practice? Whenever we practice yoga, or whenever we practice in any practice, especially meditation, we will face this problem. What are the problems? We call the five nivarana. Five nivarana, which is five hindrances, five blocks, five problems. The first one is kamachanda, which is sense desire. Because our sense, we call the sixth sense, the eyes, ears, nose, your tongue, your skin, and your mind, the six senses, whenever it receives the message or it whenever it touches the things, it will receive the signals. That signals are called the sense desire. So whenever you receive, you will feel, oh, this is nice, this is pleasure, or this is comfort, oh, this is so beautiful, oh, this is nice smell, this is nice aroma, oh, this is soft, oh, feeling so nice, oh, so wonderful sound, wonderful music, whatever. So all the senses, when it receives, and it creates this feelings, and then the desire comes. Whenever this craving desire comes, automatically we will attach to it naturally. This is how our body works. Whenever you feel the pleasure things, and we will have craving, because we want to have again and again. So naturally, so this natural thing will be attached, and then this attachment will create suffering in the end. So we have to watch our thoughts. So this is why we have to understand the five hindrances, these five blocks, the five problems. It will come to us for everyone. So the next one is ill will. We call in Pali Vyapada, which is called ill will, the anger, the hatred, the resentment. So whenever we feel not pleasant, whenever something goes wrong, not according to you, we feel pain, we feel anger, because nothing is according to you. We feel that. So this is where we feel the different kinds of the feelings, right? The anger feeling, not pleasant feelings. And we hate things, we hate people. It doesn't matter what, human or material things, whatever. When something goes wrong, not according to you, we will feel that. So that feeling it records in our mind, it will stays in our mind. When maybe the things is already passed a few years ago, but still that anger or the hatred, it will be in our mind, in subconscious mind. So we have to clear that through the practice. The third problem we will face, which is tina midha, which is called sloth and torpor, which means the laziness, dullness, the fogginess. We feel like lazy. The laziness. Everyone have that. Whenever we didn't have the right food, or whenever we feel tired, whenever we feel not to do it again, we feel that. Naturally, it happens. Naturally, it happens to us. So this is the main thing against the practitioner. So practitioner will have this problem, will have this issue. So that is where we have to be very careful. We have to overcome. The fourth one is uddhacca kukkucca. Which means restlessness or worriness. Worry. Our mind is constantly jumping here and there, because in the past we might make some mistakes. We feel regret. That regretness, it comes back again and again whenever you are in silence. Whenever you are in silence, this problem will come. So when the mind is restless, so we can't concentrate. That is why the yogi reduce all the activities, or whatever unnecessary activities, which is create problems. Whatever activities create problems to his mind and to his physical body, the yogi will try to avoid it. Because if he try to participate or he try to engage, the mind will work continuously, and then it will become restlessness. So when the mind is restless, so how a yogi could concentrate? When you make mistake because of your craving, because of any pleasure thing, so once it happened, and then your mind is regret, right? Everyone know. We have that feelings before. So you know much better than me. So that is the reason we try to discipline our body, and we try to discipline our mind. What is called yama and niyama. We follow the disciplines. When you follow the disciplines, we will have less problem in our life, and your mind will be pleasant. Your mind will be pleasant, or peace, I would call peace, and at least avoid the problems. And the fifth one we call vicikicca, the doubt, the doubtness. Doubt is very important. Doubt is very important in the beginning stage. But if you are having doubt all your life, or if you doubt your teachers all the time, you can't improve. It is hard to improve. So, dear friends, in the beginning, we have to have the doubtness to find the clear path. But once you're in it, we have to trust and then go straight without any doubt. So that is why we have to do a proper research, and we have to practice ourselves to overcome all this doubtness. we have to have mindfulness. We have to have mindfulness, and we have to learn loving kindness. So because we have to overcome this problem, right? This five hindrance, we have to stay away. So we have to learn kindness, and we have to have patience, and we have to have the right effort, and we should have the clear understanding before we do anything. And this is how we stay away from this problem, stay away from all these obstacles. And in these days, our asana and our pranayama will helps us to stay away from all these problems if we learn properly. So we have to learn from the right teacher. Vipassana transform our mind totally. Vipassana, if you practice Vipassana meditation, it will transform your mind totally. So that is why we have to observe as it is. We see the reality, and then we just observe as it is. And let our let everyone close your eyes. Close your eyes. Just take a deep breath. Observe your breath. How the breath feels. It's hot or cold, or long or short. And exhale. I believe you have that awareness, and I believe you have felt the impermanence of the air, the prana, what we have breathed just now. We can't hold to the breath forever. Of course, when we do pranayama, for certain time, for certain minutes, we could hold it, because that prana will helps us enhance our prana, the energy of the nature. But we can't hold it forever, because it is impermanent. So we have to accept it. Once you accept, you will become free. Once you accept this truth, you'll become free. You don't suffer why it is like that. How to keep all the prana with me forever. It is impossible. It is impossible. We know that. When we practice asana, whenever you stretch your body, whenever the sensation happens to you, the breath naturally arises and naturally fades. Naturally. So this is how when you practice your asana, and when you change your asana, we observe completely. We know ourselves, nothing can fulfill or satisfy ourselves forever. Nothing. So what Buddha says is everything, time to time, it will keeps you satisfied, but not forever. So therefore we should not chase for the pleasure. We should not chase for our success, because once we succeed one thing, and then we will feel, oh, this is this much, so we have to have another goal, another thing. We just continuously, that craving for success, it will happens in your mind. And if you chase for the love, the same thing. And then we change again and again and again, because love doesn't stay forever. So in the end, everything changes. But yoga teaches us the equanimity, the balance. Yoga teaches us balance. But vipassana deepens that by showing that craving causes suffering. And it shows that because of suffering, the fears happen to us. So when we hold to any difficult pose, just observe how discomfort that feeling arises within you. Not just in the body, but in your mind as well. So we feel like we try to escape uh, that feeling. We wish the teacher says, okay, change to another posture, right? So that dukkha, that pain, we have to remove it. And as we discussed before, during meditation, we see and we watch our mind, how it changes moment to moment, moment to moment. From there, we could understood that me, what we feel, I, or ahankara, we call in Sanskrit ahankara, that ego is changing, is changing, is changing. So dear friends, this three, uh, the universal truths, it helps for so much. And try to practice yoga and vipassana after practice the yoga asana. Try to keep some time. You can practice for 10 minutes of uh, every session of asana practice, and then slowly increase to 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour. The key point of practicing vipassana, as I said, to see the inside, the reality, see everything as it is, without participating in it. Before we start, we have to start with the breathing. Start with the breathing, and we have to balance our breath. So that is why pranayama takes a beautiful place to make our mind to calm down very quick. Whenever our mind is full of tension or full of stress, if you practice breathing, especially deep breathing, it will calms you very quickly. Very quickly, it will calms you down. Meditation, especially Vipassana meditation, it will create awakening. It will create awakening, especially when you observe your posture. Whenever you feel, it doesn't matter if you sit in lotus posture, Padmasana, or Siddhasana, whatever posture you feel comfortable posture, sit and observe, but without any judgment. Without any judgment. And most important things in Vipassana meditation is not to move, not to move. Try to not to move. Of course, we will have the physical pain, but try to not to move and observe the pain. Observe the pain. Nothing will happen. It is just the inner feeling. That is just the inner feeling. It will create little tension, but if you observe the tension will release by itself. The Vedanupassana, which is the contemplation of feeling, whenever we have any feelings in the past, you have in the subconscious mind, try to think back, bring the memory again. Whenever someone hurts you deeply, think of that situation, think back and see why this situation had happened and whose mistake and where this problem started and why you have these feelings or unpleasant feelings, and just observe the feeling. And that feeling naturally it will goes away when you accept it. So the problem is we do not accept, we hold into it. We hold into it. It is your problem, it is your mistake. So we accept, whenever we make a mistake, we accept completely. We accept our mistakes. And if someone make mistake, and forgive them, because things has passed. Past is past. We can't change the past. We forgive them from our heart, and we release that feeling, pleasant feeling or unpleasant feeling or the neutral feeling. We just drop that feeling and without any reaction. If you try to hold into it, then the next life 100% you have turned on. You didn't switch off, you switched on. And it will wait for you once your karma, whatever karma you have made in this life with intention, it will create another life. So that is the reason we have to practice yoga and vipassana simultaneously to release all the emotions. Let it go, because nothing is permanent. Even feelings are not permanent. The person who made you hurt, they are not permanent. They will pass away. Nobody is forever. So we just forget it. Past, finish. nothing to crave about, and nothing to have anger about. Definitely, our mind will have different types of greediness. Different types of greediness. Someone have a greed on food. Someone have a greed on human or materialistic things and material things and about wealth, whatever it could be. But we know the greediness will lead us to the suffering. Anger lead us to suffering. Sleepiness will lead us to suffering. Unclear mind will lead us suffering. So this is called a state of mind. So we have to observe during our meditation and ask ourselves every time whenever you do your meditation, what is the state of your mind right now? Greedy? All right, greedy about what? Food. And what about the food? How long we can eat the food? Because the food will change, our feeling will change, our body will change, our age, according to the age, everything will change. And like this, you have to have a basic conversation within you. I would say basic conversation within you. When you ask question and you'll have right answer. And while you are doing meditation, we just try to observe that feeling, and it will goes away by itself, by itself. And Dhammanupassana, the arising thoughts and the passing away thoughts, we have to see it clearly. We have to see it clearly how this thoughts affecting ourselves, how these thoughts affecting ourselves. When you go with the nature, when you go with the nature, you see everything as a nature, and we will have less attachment. When we try to drop, we try to drop all the negative thoughts, and we try to create the positive thoughts, and we see how the positive thoughts arises within us. We have learned everything is impermanent. If you try to attach in something, it will bring us to suffer or suffering. Our self is not fixed, and our body, we have to be mindfulness with the body and feelings and the mind and the truth. All these three things, all this all this thing will create wisdom in us. Wisdom is the one which liberates us from the problems. The sense desire, the sense desire only way to stay away from sense desire is to have a contentment. Enough, enough. We try to talk to ourselves, say to ourselves, it's enough, because we already have enough experience in our life. Enough because I have tried, I have used, enough for now. So when you feel that feeling, enough, contentment, and your desire will be reduced by itself. And it will take time to return whenever you have that feeling enough. So that is where we have to be very mindful, very mindful. Whenever we have the negative feelings, the anger, we practice metta, which is loving kindness. Loving kindness towards everyone, towards ourselves, towards family member, towards the person who you don't like. Forgive and forget. This will soften your heart. So this is how we work with the anger. Especially the sloth and torpor. We have to work hard with mindfulness. We have to take a right effort, because if we didn't use this time properly in this life, very quickly the age and the death will come, because we are very close. So we have to work so hard, and we have to put the right effort right now at this moment without any delay. We have to reflect everything. We have to think back. We have to think back the past event, whatever things we have done before in the past. So what types of results it gave. And right effort always will bring us a lot of light within us, a lot of happiness. Even a moment, when this feeling, the heavy feelings comes to us, we have to watch our food, watch our thoughts, because food will affect the thoughts. So that is why, as a yogi, as a practitioner, as a yoga practitioner, we have to have the right food for this body, this physical body. This body is just like our uh, temple, monastery. We have to keep clean our temple. We have to put the right food to keep this body healthy. When the body is healthy, naturally our mind will be healthy. So the food affects directly. How to overcome the worriness, the restlessness? With the deep breathing, we will have a very beautiful grounding, very beautiful grounding, and with forgiveness as well. So whenever we have the past thoughts comes to us when we are doing Vipassanā meditation, we have to bring back all the thoughts back and scan back everything and let it go one by one, because nothing is going with us forever. So forgive. As I said, forgive and forget, forgive and forget. the doubt will paralyze us. The doubt will paralyze us. It will create a lot of confusion. So that is why we have a lot of faith. Whenever we have doubt, we have to work hard to find the problem. But sometimes, most of the time, we know we have doubt and we just believe and we just continue with our belief. We didn't solve our doubt. In Vipassana, we have to clear our doubt. We have to clear our doubt. So that is why we have to have a faith. We have to have the faith. We have to practice consistently. We have to practice again and again and again and again. Without practicing again and again, you can't find the right answer. So that is why Vipassana, whoever are practicing Vipassana around the world, you can see they will be very calm and peace, and they understand the nature of the body and nature of life, and the goal of life as well. So therefore we have to practice again and again. And I know that, dear friends, everyone here today is not by accident, because we want to learn. We are walking towards the path of yoga. There is some reason for us to be here today, because we are practitioners. We want to learn. We want to learn. It's not about learn physical activity. We have to learn more about internal activity. Only the mind liberates us. Only the mind is liberating, awakened mind. Not awaken the body. Awaken the mind. We understand the body, we awaken the mind. I really like the word nibbana. The word nibbana in Pali. Ni means no, bana means fuel. There is no fuel. So what this fuel means, the cravings, whenever we have cravings, it will becomes attachment, and attachment to the suffering, right? It is connected. So whenever you don't have craving, so there is no suffering. So there is no craving, there is no suffering. So nibbana. You are free from craving, you are free from problem, you are free from suffering. So this is what we are practicing, and this is what we are going to practice. And I really like the Vipassana practice is because it gives us to see ourselves much better, especially after yoga practice, especially after yoga practice. Before I practice yoga and after I practice yoga, and when you apply the meditation, the time will be longer by itself. If you practice only meditation, maybe after a few minutes you feel the body feel tired. But after yoga practice, you could practice longer. So yoga physical practice is very important for meditation. So dear friends, watch your thoughts, watch your feelings, watch your mind, understand the nature, and see as it is without participating yourself. Whatever you are seeing, whatever you are observing, just like a camera, and you are in the right direction. Thank you very much, and thank you very much for all of you to be here. And I'm so happy again and wish all of you Happy International Yoga Day. The practice, our yoga tradition, and the techniques, whatever we have learned, it's for us to understand much better about ourselves. In this world, everything is moving so fast, so fast. We will easily get distraction. So that is why we have to learn how to stillness our mind. This is a big revolution right now. It's very difficult for us, but there is no choice. If you don't want to have suffering in your life, you have to learn stillness. You have to cultivate your stillness. You have to cultivate your mind. It takes one breath to return and one breath to let go. One step to begin again and one heart to open to the entire universe. The journey of yoga and vipassana is not just about going somewhere else. It's about coming home, returning home to the stillness, to the truth, and to the heart. Imagine a world where yoga is not only practice for the body, but also for the healing of the heart. Imagine yoga teachers and students becoming ambassadors of awareness, spreading peace and mindfulness and compassion across the world. We have to have the vision today, and we have to have this vision every day. We can see all this, and we have to create this awareness to everyone. And thank you very much for your presence and for your practice. And if we have questions, we can have a Q&A time. We can have with the quick chat. We could have little interaction. Any questions? All right. All right. So since we have no questions, and I would like to have my final words today. And thank you for your presence. Thank you for your practice, and thank you for your heart. May you walk gently, breathe mindfully, and live with your inner freedom. May all beings be well. May all beings be at peace. May all beings awaken. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudakshate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sadhu Sadhu Sadhu. Yes, yes, please. Right, right. They can type a question in the chat.
这个 OK，师傅好，
嗨嗨嗨，
我是想请问说，就是我觉得一般的就是很多的瑜伽老师或是都有慈悲心。那如果说瑜伽老师遇到学生是比较贪念，或是比较就是对利益会比较有执着的话，那老师如何面对这样子的事件要如何处理是好的？
老师很好的问题。
啊，
学生因为渴望这个执着的这一件事情是很普遍的非常非常普遍的，所以呢，我们看怎么样的执着，就是师父前面有讲的无常，这个无常观一定要跟他们呃说，这个无常观一定要让他们知道，因为有时候我们不会想到，有时候会知道，我们不会去想这个事情，所以要让他们提醒一下无常是什么。我们也要提醒他们，一切事情，你现在执着的所有的事情，都会引导我们到受苦，所以我们也要提醒，温柔的提醒，对，不用说你错了，你不可以这样，不可以那样，温柔的提醒就好了。对，还有呢，什么都不是我，这个无我的观念。对，你现在是执着这件事情你执着什么？你执着什么？连所有的事情都一直在变化，一直在变化，一直在变化。我们怎么执着？ 一样的这个事情是没办法永远都是存在的。对，所以我们不断的跟他们讲这个三法印的这个观念的时候，他会慢慢的可以了解。对，所以很多的对话，我们可以从日常生活的方式去提醒他，因为大家都是已经大人了。对，所以我们就温柔的提醒一下，他就是会改变，人会改变，人会改变。所以因为自己都已经是无常了，我们自己都已经早晚都要离开了，所以针对所有的事情，针对别人执着，针对家人执着，针对物质执着，就更没有意义了。自己的心念我们
嗯
没办法控制，更何况是控制别人，
嗯，
这是不可能。所以我们就是温柔的这样提醒，因为他很快就会开窍了。
哦，好，谢谢师傅。那如果说这个是我的朋友，那我们的也比较不会像师傅这么会讲话。那我们如何引导他，或是说他不管怎么样，人生都有好几个面向。那我们要如何对待这样子的朋友？
对，跟
怎么
朋友
去面对他这样子？
就是师傅常常就会说，嗯，我们要快乐的，时间到了，我们一定要走，对不对？对，
嗯嗯
所以时间到了，我要走了，所以呢，我要快乐的走，我要不开心的走。快乐的走，我们是少问题少烦恼，你才能快乐的走。多问题多烦恼，不快乐的走。师父的朋友现在已经生病了。师父的朋友现在生病了，病
嗯
严重了，他也没有办法吃饭啊，他也是身体医生说了，他差不多要往生了。可是呢，到现在他还一直想要活下去，活下去，活下去。所以他的那个渴望，他的那个呃期待，他期待希望要活过来，可是时间大自然不配合，身体不配合，所以他会不开心的会离开。所以我们为什么师父前面有提到那个六道轮回的原因都在这里。你开心的走的时候，我们可以离开逃避这个六道轮回。所以这个一切都是现在开始。所以你现在，我们身体健康的时候，我们早一点提醒自己，我就是要平静，我就是不要执着了啊，因为该要吃过的吃过了，该要做过的做过了，不该做的也做过了，什么都有一个体会，已经经验了，我们差不多够了，知足，学习知足，你才会有少烦恼。对，所以你就可以跟朋友说，你的烦恼少，我做一个朋友会很开心。对，你的烦恼多，你看看，你就会让一个朋友很担心，因为我很痛苦，因为我气死了。所以呢，我们是朋友嘛，对，所以呢，你的平安是会影响到大家的。你不平安，身不平安，身体心也不平安，也会影响到大家。所以呢，我们的烦恼也会影响到大家。所以朋友啊，你要多注意一下，你希望我健康，你少烦恼嘛。
但是不要跟他做朋友就好了。
对对，不行
不行。
不行，因为呢，只能朋友之间我们一起帮忙，因为有缘才会遇。对，所以我们不能学习逃避，因为你学习逃避了，有一天那个烦恼在你身上的时候，你的另外一个朋友会离开。师父觉得不是离开是解决问题，我们是帮助才是真正的 解决问题。对，我们尽量帮助。你觉得没办法多帮忙，可以少一点帮忙也可以。
嗯
对，少一点是感恩感恩。哎，师傅有听到另外一个问题啊、另外一个问题。The question is, if we have non-attachment, and then what is the meaning to exist in the world? So it's a good question. Uh, yes, May.
Hello, yeah, Master. The question is actually from the YouTube.
Oh, from the YouTube. Okay.
Yeah, so the person is not online.
So, uh,
You can answer the question. She will be watching on YouTube. Thank you.
thank you. Uh, sounds like a very interesting question. If we have no attachment, so only the person has no attachment is the person who are enlightened. The person who has enlightened, they have no attachments, and that is why the meaning for them to exist in this world is to help others. To help others. So if you don't have any attachments, it means a wonderful thing. So you could make use this life to help others, to help as much as you can to others, to reduce their attachments or to remove their attachments. So that is what you can do, or anyone who doesn't have an attachments, they can do. That would be like a divine work. Like Buddha, he enlightened when he was 35 years old. So it means from 35 years old, and he has lived 45 years and without attachment. So what he did, how he utilized his life to help others, to help others. Completely, he spent all his time to help others. So this is how this will be a meaningful life for the person who doesn't have any attachments. Another question is, I have so many thoughts about my job lately. Sometimes even I have, sometimes I can enter into a layer of consciousness where there is silence. Then again, I am thrown back into my mind that things. So my question is how to approach that. I try to ignore them, but they are still present. It's like a layer of specific topic over mind. All right. I really didn't get this question, uh, but about the mind, uh, our mind is just like a monkey. It always jump here and there. It's just like a wild horse. If you if you didn't train your mind, it will never listen to you. It has its own world. As I mentioned before, our mind is the director, movie director. It writes a lot of scripts. We just act, we just act. So it has so much of thoughts. It will come and it goes, and it will create another thoughts in the thoughts. It will take us so far. That is why awareness is so important. The more you practice awareness, the more you practice uh, observance, or observe your thoughts, and your mind slowly will become still. Slowly, because the aim of the mind is to run, to move. The mind, this is how the mind was preset in our system. It will jump here and there, but the more you focus, the mind will still. Mind can do both. Mind have both sides. One is run, moving, one is stillness, not moving. So our homework in this life is to make to stillness. We will have different kinds of feelings during our meditation. Maybe we feel our mind is stillness or in silence. Maybe that is for some time. So we have to enhance the time. The mind is in silent for longer time, then it means you are already had the concentration, and then you have to increase that practice, and then you will have the deeper concentration. We call samādhi. Higher concentration, I would say. So just keep on practicing. Whenever you have different thoughts, just do not bother, do not attach, and just see all your thoughts, and just continue. Do not participate. So the more you participate, then the more scripts, the director, which I say the mind, will write another scripts in your mind. Yes. Thank you. Another question is, I could not helping others be a kind of attachment. I didn't understand the question. Helping others. Okay, you want to help others. Be a kind. Ah, yeah. Yes, you see, we can do anything, any action, but without attachment. Attachment always leads us to suffering. But we still, for example, you're buying for me a cup. You're giving me as a gift, and I'm receiving a cup. And I say thanks to you. Thank you so much for your gift. And you feel happy. Yeah, because you give me as a gift. And now a second scenario, and you are giving me a gift, and I'm receiving the gift, and I didn't say thanks to you. And how do you feel? You will feel unhappy. And I didn't say anything about the gift. Oh, gift is nice, gift is beautiful, and thank you so much. And because you have an expectation, So now, the third scenario, you're giving me a gift, and I'm receiving the gift, and I didn't say thanks to you, and for you still feel okay, because you bought this gift for me, and you already give it to me. The part is done. The action is done. Action is over. You did not wait for any response or reaction or anything back from me, even a word. So that is attachment. So helping others, we can help others without expecting anything. We can help others without expecting anything. So that part cannot be under attachment. we just do what is necessary. Whatever necessary, I just do. Sometimes we cannot help, and it's finished. We don't have time to do it, or we didn't have enough energy or time or space, whatever reason. So do without any expectation, and do on time, and do from your heart. So when you attach, then you will have the pain. Oh, I can't help, or oh, I just did and things went wrong, right? Because we are expecting something. This is what we call karma yoga. Because human being uh, is moving. We have to move. We have to do something. This is how we have made. We have to do something. So we do everything, positive things, and without expecting anything in return from others, and just do as a duty and responsibility. That would be fine. Yeah. So if from the third person, if he see or he is helping, so that is kind of attachment, is nothing affects you because you didn't expecting anything in return from others. It's okay because you know that you are not attached. That is most important. Thank you to Pei Chunlin. Any other questions? And we can discuss something, So the questions and answer is more fruitful. Yeah, we can make use of this time. We still have another 8 minutes.来，中文的有什么问题吗？好，我们应该没有问题了。相信，OK。There's another question. You said focus on what on the breath. Things is the idea. What my job. I somehow think I need to observe that. Ruby, could you help me with this question? Okay. maybe the job is very intense, and I somehow think I need to observe them to see how they go. But sometimes I wish I could. All right. So even though I didn't understand the question clearly, I'm very sorry. But yeah. So we have to work. We have to work for our livings, right? We have to survive. So we have to have a job because job is money. So we work hard for the money. The money is for our survival. Survival is one thing. Animal survives, right? So everyone need to survive. But the differences between animal and human, that we can escape from the rebirth. So the whole point is here. So why we are stuck? Because of our mind. We are stuck because of our mind. Because our mind have a lot of cravings, lots of wants. I want, I want, I want. Because of cravings, we have attachment. Because of attachment, we are suffering. So when I mean the breath, so I really meant to be calm our mind instantly before you do meditation. Just with a few breaths, you could relax yourself very quickly. If you do 10 breaths, let's say when your mind is restless or worried or tense, if you do 10 deep breath, you will come down by yourself very quickly. So the breath itself can't solve your problem. Breath itself can't solve your problem, but it could reduce your tension for sometimes. For sometimes. If you do a deep breathing for longer time, and then you will have less stress because you are going to do meditation. But financial issue, but that is for survival issue, and everyone has to work hard, right? So that is why we have to learn how to satisfy. It's enough, you know, not like more than what we want in our life. Mm. Yeah, sometimes after wake up, we already think about the ideas on job. That is very natural. That is very natural because we are alive, right? If we are dead, we can't think. We are alive, so at least our mind is working. So I think it's a healthy things. 师父吉祥，并没想问师父，既然我们都会死，那我 living, a beautiful question. The purpose of living is to overcome the suffering. Remember, this is the key point. The purpose of living is to overcome suffering. So overcome what types of suffering? Rebirth suffering. Rebirth. Rebirth suffering. So we have to overcome. That's rebirth. So that is why we have to practice. If you practice hard, if you make your mind peace at this time, so it means if you, let's say you have reached the nibbana or nirvana, then it means you have completed your life. So you don't have suffer now, and you don't have to suffer after death. So that is the purpose of life, to complete our homework before we die. Yes, Smile. When I have pains in the body, it's not easy not to think of leaving this body. Yes, Myra. So if we have body, we will have pain. That is very natural thing. Very natural thing for anyone. It's for me as well. It's pain. So, but we have to understand. But this body is not our body. Temporarily, for some time before we die, we are using this body. So, anyhow, when the time comes, we have to leave our body. So the body is, because of the body, the pain is there. When the body is not there, pain is not there, right? So everything is impermanent. So pain is always changing. Pain is always changing. So that is why we have to learn, be patient, patient. Observe the pain, observe the pain, observe the pain. So the more you observe, the pain comes and pain goes, pain comes and pain goes, pain comes and pain goes. And at one time, when you watch your pains comes and goes, but as ordinary people, we always attach with the pain. When the pain comes, we react. So the goal of our class here today is, when you have pain, you do not react. Do not react with the negative thoughts or negative action or negative words. So that is the goal. And how to train our ego to let go of feeling or hatred, or to cultivate love towards something or someone who hurts us before. Yeah, how to train our ego. Be humble, be humble, and be polite, respect the elders, and give whatever you can to others, and try to enjoy yourself whenever you give to others. So that feeling is very pleasant feeling. So learn how to give, and then when you give, you observe your feeling. When you give, you feel unhappy or you feel happy. So whenever you give that, when you have the feeling of happiness, then you are in right track. Whenever you give, if you have a feeling of sad or pain or worry, then you are not in right track yet. And you will be in right track the more you give. And if someone who hurts you, how to cultivate the love. So the point here is, if you do not release the tense, release the stress or tense about someone who hurts you, after this life, you will have another life, and then you're going to meet again the same person. So because this is karma, this is how the karma works. So that is why we have to complete this issue in this life. We do not bring the homework from this life to another life. So just forgive them as your own family member. How to forgive someone who hurts you? You see, for example, like let's imagine you are a father, and if your daughter hurts you, and then if your daughter says, "Oh, Dad, I'm sorry, I made a mistake, I won't do again," what you do? You will hug and you will, say it's okay. You are in different position. You are father and daughter, and let's say you are a mother, and your son make mistake, and then one day your son says sorry to you, whatever event, he says sorry, and then you say the same thing, hug your son. It's okay, son, I forgive you, because you're mother. So even though your husband make mistake, or your wife make mistake, or your friends make mistake, your relative makes mistake, or your friend's friend makes mistake, you just think in your heart that you are a mother or you are a father. How you forgive your son or your daughter, this is the same way we forgive others. Okay, so this is just like a mindset, just a mindset, and nothing is permanent. Even though you forgive them or you do not forgive them, they are not permanent, and you yourself are not permanent. Together are not permanent. Just forgive. Thank you very much for your question. Right. So, all right. I think our time is up. Thank you very much for everyone. Thank you very much, Ruby. And then we have a wonderful talk and wonderful class today with everyone. Thank you very much. Namaste to you. And let me bless all of you. Bhavattu sabba mangalam rakhantu sabba devata sabba buddhanubhavena sada sodhi bhavantu te. Bhavattu sabba devata sabba dhammanubhavena sada sodhi bhavantu te. Bhavattu sabba mangalam rakhantu sabba devata sabba sanghanubhavena sada sodhi bhavantu te. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much to Yogashala. Thank you so much to Nandaji. Thank you so much to Ruby. Thank you, thank you. Thanks to